All right, so we're going to start out with doing, trying to get industry set up, and that's my goal. I've got my industry character here. This is, I think, the final character between my setup of dual citizenship and everything. So and this character I really haven't played very much. Let's see here. There we go. So this is my manufacturing character for null, and so I've been moving characters around, moving some new ones into Horde. This is the second one, and I think the last one that I'm taking from Horde that's going over to Imperium, and then I think I'll have the sets pretty much correct for how for groupings, because that's one of the things, when you have a whole bunch of characters, you want them all to work together nicely and stuff. And I've always had a separation between high sec and null sec, and so many of my high sec characters now went to null in this whole thing. And I've got between 8 and 10 characters in Horde and in Imperium, and so it's I think it's starting to work out well. So yeah. So this character, I'm going to try and fly her over, and I don't know how well that's going to work out. My actual track record of flying out into the null locations is that I die probably 30% of the time. So, we'll see whether or not I'm dying again. Hopefully not.
Warp drive active.
Not going to stop to pick up any lost drones on the way or anything. So I'm headed to an NPC station so that I can make the switch.
Warp drive active.
I don't know if I'll be able to complete this today or not, but I am going to start working on setting up industry on the Imperium side, and I think that's going to be, at least for the way the conditions are right now, that looks like the better place, because one of the things, like in Horde space, there's a ton more action that happens there. I mean, there's a lot of people in Horde, and so in Horde space you end up with just a ton of people, which causes, makes for a ton of PvP, a ton of people out ratting, which causes the bank values to be really high, which causes others to come in and try and steal them and stuff. And so it's been really good for PvP. And I'm not saying PvP doesn't happen in the Imperium side either, because it does, but it's very concentrated in Horde. And the areas that I've been working in Imperium have been, I would say, low traffic. It's not no traffic, but it's low traffic. So maybe I can have some more success with kind of the
Warp drive active.
mining and stuff, which I'm going to try my hand at again. My mining adventures in Null have almost always ended in tears. And now I just say that I don't really cry over it, but what I mean is that almost always ended in my ships dying before they have mined their value in ore, which is an upside down venture.
Warp drive active.
And I'm flying in a shuttle. You know, a shuttle is, it can be smart bombed pretty easy, but other than that, it's pretty hard to catch.
Warp drive
And it is
active.
bubble immune. Mining Null's always an adventure, yeah. And I'm not sure, I'm probably just gonna have to do my
Welcome
own
to the
mining.
Dragons.
Deetmac1 just followed.
Because I'm not sure that anybody down there is gonna want me broadcasting their mining fleet that I am participating in. And it may end up that mining is not going to work out too well, and I just have to acquire my ores and materials via other means. So I don't know
Drive
yet.
active.
I have a couple of characters down here that can mine. I have other characters that can mine up in Horde, and I'm leaving them up there. And by the way, if I were to mine stuff in the Horde area, I would not be transferring it down to the Imperium area. I'm keeping things very separated. Like, you know, obviously I'm moving some characters around. Obviously, some of these characters have some assets, nothing that's
Warp
real
drive
huge.
active.
So there is some transfer going on while I'm finishing my setup of everything, but other than that, once this is set, there's not going to be a flow of stuff from either way in the null. Both of them will interact with high-sec, but that's part of my overall way I've been doing it all along, which is that some of the resources that are needed in high-sec are taken to my high-sec characters, and some of the resources that are only available in high-sec are then delivered to you know, my null-sec characters. But other than that, it's all good. So, I am in Great Wildlands now. This is NPC Null. NPC Null is the most dangerous area in the game, in my opinion. I do have a station that I have a lot of holdings in that's in Stain, and it's always been one of the most hard places to live. Can you hire transport services in Null Corps? Oh yes, absolutely. Every null corp has transport services. So, God, I am over 200 FPS. Oh, now it's, yeah, 220. I think I need to calm down the game client. There's just no need to be running it at 200 FPS. I mean, the human eye just can't see it.
Welcome to the Dragons.
And all it
Darth
does is,
_Oddist just followed.
all it does is put load on things that don't need to be loaded, if you know what I mean.
Warp drive
Oh, I won't be able to warp all the way? All right. So, Deathmac and Darth Rudis, thank you for the follows. Welcome. Now, there are pretty much no stations out here. And I am headed toward the only 2 stations that are in this entire region that are NPC stations. Most likely, I'm not going to be able to dock there, and I'm going to have to make alternate plans. That's probably what's going to happen. Here, I'm going to let my cap rebuild a little bit. I don't know. I'm headed there because I need to, you know, make a change for my cap's going to take a minute to rebuild. Okay. Because I need to make the corp switch in a NPC station, or in a station, but I don't want to, you know, I want to keep this dual citizenship thing going, and so I'm very aware of not using resources to benefit of one to benefit the other. And so while there are horde stations out here that I could use to do the transition, I decided not to. I didn't want to use horde resources for that. So,
Warp drive active.
this is a very interesting area. This is all Thunker. I think Thucker. Is it Thucker or Thunker? I don't remember which. It is Thucker. There's no N. Thucker. You know, with a TH, not an F. Oh, did I run out of power again? What? Oh my God, this system is enormous. Wow. You can jump out of ship to trigger a refresh. What, a refresh of the cap? Like eject out, or to change corpse? Because I think you have to be in a station to change a corp. Oh, look at that boring pod. Yeah, well, we never see her pod. She's never died in anything. I don't think she's ever died, and I don't think she's ever made a kill. No, the cap is still recharging. Let's look at interactions, combat log, no kills. Oh, I have a couple losses. Oh, Triglov took me out 1,636 days ago. That's just a few. When was she born? Wow, she's 9 years old. That's pretty incredible. We're waiting for the cap to rebuild. I mean, she's definitely a industry. Working on a few things here. How much skills? Only 18 million. I haven't put a whole lot of time into her. You know, I had always planned on that one day she would be the main one doing manufacturing, but in HiSec, I mean, I gotta say, in HiSec I've got my character that is oh my god, still insufficient power to warp all the way? We're in a frickin' shuttle. So you can change corpse out here. Okay. Really? So you can change corpse while out in space if you're in your pod. I'm going to test that theory. I'm going to test that. So here is my character here. And this is where I wish I had the magnifying glass thing that I was talking about. I should set that up. It's like the old people magnifying glass. It's in Windows so that you can hold down a key and you can magnify a section. All right, so quit corporation, remove all roles. I sure want to remove all roles. Yes. Okay, so maybe that worked. You did it back in 2016. Well, now that's been a few years, hasn't it? All right, you got to wait a minute for the removal of roles. Okay, now quit corporation. Have one active war going on. Yes, that's fine. You cannot change corporation membership while piloting a ship. Either dock or disembark from your ship and try again. You are right. I didn't know that. Okay. Captain Dynamo, how's it going? All right, so I've disembarked from my ship. There's nobody else out here. So, okay, so quit corporation. And there we go. It happened. Look at that. I'm in the NPC Corp. Oh, and the first thing I see is somebody spamming selling ISK. Nice. I'll let somebody else report them because I don't want to go to the site and I don't want to report them if they're actually legit. So, all right. Now, do I have my invitation yet? No, I don't. So I got to wait for my invitation to come in on the other corp, and then I can do that. So, and the other corp is Industrial Mining and Mayhem, and that's one of the things that kind of attracted me to it, was to do industrial and mining, which we used to do a lot of that back in Moose Army. And then a lot of changes happened, a lot of different things happened, and Moose Army kind of imploded, and which was kind of sad because I'd been in Moose Army for 8 years, something like that. And so, all right, we're going to do a safe log off here. And that's because hostiles have come in. And so potential hostiles, should I say. Right, so there we go. You know what? While we're on this other account here, let's just flip over to this guy who is he is in HiSec right now, and he is going to
Skill training completed.
he is also going down to the null corp. And I should have an invitation. Yep, I do. Okay. And so I don't know if they're at war. I don't remember if they're at war right now. So I probably want to wait until I get out of high sec before I accept. And let's set this one up. It's all set correctly on this, except for I like this to be off. And tooltip delay, font size. Classic scar map. No light background, compact this. Middle mouse button. Good, well some of this stuff stayed the same. On the same account, a lot of times it does. Yeah, directional scans stay the same. All right, so now it's just a matter of setting up menus. And so load that profile, it's already in because my other character is using it. This is another thing. Your overview profiles, they're shared between all the characters on the same account. So if you have one in high sec and one in null sec, which you would use two different profiles, you end up switching back and forth all the time. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Ever do much in a wormhole? So I do some in a wormhole. I've lived in a wormhole before. It was really tough living. It's really expensive to live in a wormhole, and but you can make a shit ton of money in a wormhole, but it's a really high expense. So it's not something for somebody who's brand new, other than day tripping into wormholes and then coming back into high sec or whatever. But to actually live in a wormhole, you need infrastructure. You need to be in a corp that has holdings and stuff. And there are wormhole corps that would be glad to have people. So, you know. All right, let's see here. I'm going to do something on my screen here real quick. And here you can see all around my office. My office still is kind of a mess. So, yeah. Don't worry, I'm not typing passwords. For those of you that saw that one time that my camera graciously showed you everything I was typing. You know, that was not good. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I wonder what kind of assets this character has and what he's been training on and everything. I probably, so he doesn't have very much assets. And, I'm in pain. So, or pay. Pay is right next to, actually, I'm pretty close. This is about as close as you can get in high sec to going south. Silence next one over. And let's see, there's about 59 jumps. Oh, it's not the next one over. Golly, 59 jumps. Okay, well, I'm going to get rid of that. Most of my characters, before making these changes, I sent the stuff over to my high sec, main high sec character. Got to get local set up here. I love being on a 4K monitor and having just a huge amount of real estate to when I switch characters, I'm using the launcher or multi-box. Oh, so these characters are both on the same account. So it's out. Use my camera to hide certain information that my corp and alliances wouldn't want shown. You know, like corp chat, shit like that. So, all right. Let's see what his status is of his clone here. Oh, he has got a nice set here. This is not the kind of set you take into that you take into null. What has he been training? So I have been using, so like right now in our store on sale is Omega with MCT. And so if you get like 1 year of Omega, you get 24 MCT with it. And then the total cost of what that would be all separate, it's 50% off, which makes it cost more than if you're buying just Omega. But if you're training multiple characters, it is so worth it. And so I have switched to doing that with all of my characters. Some of them I've been plexing, some of them I've been using the codes. And so what I've been doing is skilling them when I'm not doing other stuff. And as a, skill farming type thing. Now, skill farming right now is totally in the dumps. Like, it is not, it is not profitable right now. Now, obviously, if I'm buying like the codes for Omega Time and MCT from our store, and then skill training and then selling off the skill in game, obviously I'm going to make a profit. But it's not profitable when you buy it all for Plex right now. And if you guys ever watch the Oz report, he does a thing showing on this. And right now, if you're buying with Plex, you are upside down by over $1 billion a month. You're losing $1 billion a month. And it used to be that you could make $1 billion or $1.5 billion per month. And but then everybody started doing it. So while I'm still kind of doing it, like I'll pull the skills out of a character that are extra when the market conditions are right. And by the way, you can do it remotely. So all of my skill injectors or skill extractors and the large skill injectors are all housed at JITA. And so I have my high-sec character, which will then contract some skill extractors to a character like this. They'll sit in JITA, they'll accept the contract, and then remotely, the remotely I can extract and then send those back over. Midway, or no, Binas, have I seen Loru's burner clone vid? No, what is that about? Just give me a brief description. I mean, maybe we look at it. But what is that about? Does that talk about this kind of stuff that I'm talking about right now? So, all right. I suspect that given he's training all ships here, that his attributes are set. PI can solve this problem, gathering SP over month, PI and null. Yeah, which I could train all of my guys to do PI, and then I could pick up shit when I feel like it. And that's about the best I would get. I would not be able to do some schedule that has me logging in every day and picking up 20 characters so that I can amass all this wealth. I just wouldn't be able to do it. I would have so many squirrels trying to steal my attention while doing that. It would be insane. It's all about using an unused clone to help with account costs. So, okay. You wanna link that? Do you have a link to that? All right. So, let's see here. Okay, so he's got all of this stuff, which tells me that he's just in a skill farming mode. And I think that production and then scanning. Wow, he has a lot of scanning stuff in here already. So let's see here. Spaceship Command. This guy's Caldari. Yeah, and he has Caldari Freighter here. I haven't decided what I'm doing with this character yet 100%. Other than I plan to, finish up Caldari Battlecruiser on this guy, which what I should do is I should move this so that we're training this because I'm gonna make him part of the Drake fleet.
Trying to make. You can see this one's making talk.
All right. Let's see here. Cannot afford to train your alts. EVE Online ISK guide. This is kind of a long video. Two months ago. All right. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Laura's given me permission to look at some of his video stuff on stream. So okay, let's get out of there. And attributes. Yeah, so his attributes are set for perception and willpower, which are for faster training of ship holes and weapons. Primarily, that's primarily what perception and willpower cover. So yeah, skill farming doesn't really make profit anymore. That's no. You've heard that Lauru is a digital advertiser, content creator, and even enjoyer for the better part of 10 years. Yes, that's his shtick. It's slightly out of date now. Yeah, well, that happens in EVE. So. Yep. Okay. I am let's see, where's his home station? Yeah, let's set his home station here. And jump clones. I can have 3 jump clones. Okay. So we're going to install a clone here. But does he have any money? He does. He has a little bit of money. So all this in, and there's no way I'm taking all that down into null. But I'll just set it up so the jump clone is here, and if I am not going to fly him for a little bit and I just want him to train, I'll jump him over here, and these give him +5 each. And this is what, about 600 million, something like that, for all that. All right, training is now slower because I've jumped out of the clone. No. An optic pill, hello? Okay, so I think that this guy needs to... We need to buy a... a shuttle. He is Caldari. We'll start there. Oh, look at that. Right here at the station. One for 24,000. And there's only one here. Okay. Perfect. It's mine. Oops. I can see here that I had my ordering wrong on that, but it's okay. Another bubble dodger. Cool skins for this. I doubt it. I do. Isn't it cute? I guess I can't see him without... I can't see the stations without being in. accept that corporate invitation. By the way, Industrial Mining and Mayhem is recruiting. Exclamation point corp in chat. All right, in order to have my standings be correct, he has to log out and log back in again. Yeah, I've got dual citizenship. So I'm able to do both.
Connecting.
Now maybe actually it'll let me see the still doesn't let me see the station. I'm pretty sure there's a station in there. It just doesn't let me see them with this view, I guess. I don't know. So, all right. See here, let's rename this. Ready to make a trip. Hey, if you are watching on YouTube, we'll see you in the next episode.